Welcome back to News Now on PNC. Members of the Inarajan Municipal Planning Council have taken it upon themselves to build coconut rhino beetle traps. Here's more. Meet the Inarajan Rhino Beetle Control Team, Art Timanglo, Rick Minnow, and Tomas Diego.
Our goal is to raise awareness on the rhino beetles infestation on Guam and control it here in Inarajan. We can't eradicate it, we can only control it.
The trio are also members of Inarajan's Municipal Planning Council, and they have taken it upon themselves to do their part to help control the rhino beetle population in their village.
We're trying to protect the trees here in Inarajan, so we're doing what we can to try to reduce the numbers right now. So every weekend we show up here at my place and we try to build traps.
In fact, they've deployed a little over 80 traps and have already caught over 300 adult rhino beetles. The team even held a workshop last month to teach residents of Inarajan how to build traps of their own.
Actually, our ultimate goal is for every property owners to have 2 or 3 traps on their property.
Just to kind of help.
Right. For just the 3 of us alone, I doubt if we can tackle this thing.
And the trio say it'll take a community effort to get the number of rhino beetles down on Guam.
Guam-born Esther Kiehls has now been Interior Assistant Secretary for Insular Affairs for more than half a year. Kiehls reflected on her short time in office recently in an interview with PNC's Washington correspondent, Matt Kay.
Kiehls has now been on the job for about 7 months after a long wait to be confirmed last year. And the Guam-born Hawaiian says it's been an eye-opening experience.
It has changed me first with regard to the role of the executive branch. I did not know the magnitude of the role of the Office of Insular Affairs. Their budget, which is around $675 million, is not to sniff at. It's a large budget.
As a result, Kiehls says she better understands the scope of funding to the islands and its direct connection to local operations and economic opportunities. So Kiehls, a former congressional staffer, says her advocacy for the territories is different.
When I was in Capitol Hill, it was really, really tough given the political environment. And here, my challenge is to educate not only others within the Department of the Interior, but the executive branch as a whole with regard to the needs. And so it's a different role of advocacy.
Giving Kiehls, she says, more administrative actions than she knew could be used to assist the territories and freely associated states. Kiehls says her tenure is a chance to send a clear message to the federal government.
That the territories and freely associated states exist, that they have needs, and that they need to be treated equitably just as the 50 states are.
A fight that continues to this day as the islands charge they've been shorted hundreds of millions in compact impact aid over decades, even as the Obama administration proposes new cuts in annual discretionary CIP funding. On Capitol Hill, Matt Kay for PNC News.
In hopes of motivating college students to pursue their dreams, the Guam Community College English Department has teamed up with successful local filmmakers Don and Kel Munya to sponsor showings of their documentary, Talent Town. PNC's Rizal Romanes has more in this report.
If you have talent, the Guam Community College English Department and successful local filmmakers, the Munya brothers, want you to showcase it. They have teamed up to feature the documentary Talent Town, which flaunts local talent. Their goal? To inspire students.
Faculty, we're always looking for ways to bring out what we see in our students, their potential as writers, their potential as creators.
The GCC English Department plans to incorporate elements of Talent Town into studies this semester.
We've found ways to tie the film to what we're doing so that the students can really produce and see, more importantly, see that people from Guam, in this case the Munya brothers, can really do great things.
The English faculty tells PNC that the Talent Town screenings are just the beginning of what they have in store for the community.
We're going to have a series of activities throughout the semester working in our classrooms, and the goal end product is a student showcase of their talent at the end of the semester.
The screenings were open to all GCC students. This is one of the reactions the GCC staff received from her students.
I had one student
or in my class, my students were saying that they couldn't stop thinking about thinking, about what they heard, what they saw, what they felt. So, so our goal for our initial, which is bringing Talent Town and seeing what what our students inspired thinking, critical thinking, has been. We can say yes, we have done that.
The English faculty say to look out for their showcase in a few months. For more information, call GCC at 735-5638. Rosel Romanes, PNC News.
All right, thanks, Rosel. Well, DFS Tea Galleria has welcomed a new product line to its selection. PNC's Betsy Brown has more on the introduction of the Kiehls brand to Guam.
Popular skincare brand Kiehls is now available on Guam. DFS Tea Galleria introduced the sought-after products to their store selection on Friday. Product sales manager Julian Guerrero says the brand combines natural ingredients and science to make their product.
So that's the beauty of it. That's what helps enhance it. So when you take a look, you'll find hand-picked flowers inside the bottles. And you'll hear a lot of cucumber, things that smell great, and you're used to them being used on your skin. It's so natural.
And you'll know Tea Galleria is authoring the authentic Kiehls brand because Mr. Bones is there to welcome you inside the Kiehls boutique.
Mr. Bones was actually used by the pharmacists or the owners of Kiehls even. It was passed down in a family group. But anyway, the customer representatives and also the owner would show their customers, because it's pharmaceutical, so you show them, here's, if your pain is hurting in your knee, it might be affecting your back, and he'll go through the skeleton to show you that, Mr. Bones, yeah.
The first Kiehls store opened in New York in 1851. The brand offers skincare products for men, women, and babies. Betsy Brown, PNC News.
All right, well, there is a typhoon in the area, but it's not expected to hit. So let's check in with PNC's weather reporter, Joanna O, to find out more about this typhoon.
Tropical storm Kiehls became typhoon this morning at around 6 a.m. Kiehls was centered about 800 miles east of Guam, and since then it's moving at a speed of about 3 miles per hour with north-northwest direction. But our source, National Weather Service, says worry not because typhoon will not directly hit us. In fact, throughout this week, the Kiehls is expected to remain well east of Marianas. We'll have to see what other changes Kiehls will bring, but until then, welcome to PNC's weather forecast. I'm Joanna O. Kiehls, the typhoon also brought some advisories such as high surf advisory and small craft advisory. They're set to be expiring tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. So for today, please don't go out in the sea as surf and waves can be very, very dangerous. And for weather itself, they're pretty simple. For all 3-day forecasts on both Guam and Saipan, expect mostly cloudy with isolated showers. Despite the advisories, winds are expected to blow only up to 20 miles per hour towards northeast. Temperatures are quite back to usual as we're looking at lows near 77 and highs around 88. That's it for me, but keep yourself updated on Kiehls and many other news at PacificNewsCenter.com.